Hello friends, how are you all? So friends, today we are going to have lecture number 2, okay, on quadratic equations. So till now what we have understood is that how do we solve a quadratic equation by factorizing the middle term or splitting the middle term. That process is basically called as factorization, right? Okay, so in which we multiply the first and the last term, and the product we need to factorize in such a way that either the sum or the difference is equal to the middle term, right friends? So this we have seen it clearly and we have understood it very clearly also. Now friends, there will be a certain situations wherein you will not be able to factorize, right? So that means the splitting of middle terms will not be possible for you, okay? And one of those situations is that if the coefficient of x and the constant term both are prime numbers, then you will not be able to factorize, right? Okay, of course 2 is an exception here. Right friends? So how do we tackle those type of problems which you are not able to factorize? How do we find out the roots for that? Okay, so the process of finding out the root for the quadratic equations which you are not able to factorize is basically by completing the square, right? So we complete the square and then we try to find out the roots for that quadratic equation, right friends? So this session will have solution by completing the square, that is one thing, okay? Then after seeing one or two problems, we will actually generalize that. We will generalize the formula for finding out the values of x, okay, by method of completing the square, and then we will try to understand what is discriminant, okay, and what are different conditions, okay, on which we can say that this quadratic equation will have real roots, imaginary roots, and real and equal roots, right? So we will understand that, and after that we are going to have one or two word problems, okay, and thereby I will complete this explanation of concepts on quadratic equation in this second class of quadratic equation, and then we will have examination problems which have already appeared in the examination and which are most likely to get repeated in the examination, friend, right? So this is all we are going to have in this session. So let's start the session, right? So just for making it easier for all of us, I have taken down the problem here. The problem says that 5x square minus 6x minus 2 is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation given to us and we are expected to find the value of x, okay? So how do you know in the examination that this has to be done by method of completing the square? So I'll tell you how do you basically identify it. Okay, now when you actually multiply this first and the last term, how much do you get, my friends? 10 minus 10, right? Minus 10 x square, right? Now minus 10, what are the different factors of minus 10 or 10 rather? It is 5 and 2, 10 and 1. Anything else? No, I don't think so. This will not give me minus 6 in any way, right? And even this will also not give me minus 6. You are getting my point? So these two factors cannot be utilized for factorizing this quadratic equation. You are getting it? The moment you are not able to factorize, then we actually rub it off and move to the next problem. Sorry, move to the next method of solving the problem, right? So now please listen carefully, because this type of situations will arise in your examination and then you will have to basically come out of it, right? So what we can do is that we will try to solve it, friends. So this becomes 5x square. One more thing before that. So friends, when we are using the method of completing the square, the first term, that is the coefficient of x square, has to be either 1 or a perfect square. Please mind it. So I'll just write it on the board. Coefficient of x square should be 1 or perfect square, should be equal to 1 or perfect square. I have underlined it. Please keep it in your mind that your coefficient of x square, okay, has to be either 1 or a perfect square. You have two options now. Either I divide this completely by 5, making this as x square, this becomes, coefficient becomes 1, and yes, okay, because 1 is also perfect square, so we can say it has to be a perfect square. The coefficient of x has to be a perfect square, right friends? Now one option is either I divide this throughout by 5. Another option is that I multiply the whole equation throughout by 5. Okay, either way you can solve it, right friends? I will use one of the method, you can try one of the method at your place, right? One is that I will just multiply it with 5 and then do the sum, okay? You can basically divide it by 5 and then do the sum, right? Right friends. Okay, so please keep this in mind, very, very, very important. Now, what happens is that I will multiply it with 5 across, right? So this becomes 25x square, right? Minus 30x minus 10 is equal to 0. I have multiplied it across by 5, okay? So this is one of the method, and another method will be, I'll just tell you, another method will be, this becomes x square, I'm dividing it now, minus 6 by 5x minus 2 by 5 is equal to 0, right? So many of the places you will get solution for this, right? So I will solve it with this method. I'll divide it across by 5 and then solve it, okay? Just to, this you will be able to do it easily. This is a little difficult, okay? So I'll try this. I'll solve it by this method. Now friends, what we do here is that in method of completing the square, what we do here is that constant term, we put it on the other side of the 0, right? So, if this becomes x square minus 6 by 5x is equal to 2 by 5. You are all there with me? Right. Now, what I am going to do here is that this is, let's say, a square minus 2ab, okay? So I will complete it in a form a square minus 2ab plus b square, okay? You're there with me? Okay. So what we can do is that x square minus 2 into x is nothing but a, okay? Now just look here friends, I want to write 2ab, so I need to introduce a term which will be actually b for me, okay? So, and I do not have to change this, I cannot change this, this has to be same. So what do? I just write 6, right? And then divide by 10. You are all there with me? What happens? 2 and 10 gets cancelled. You get 5 minus 6x minus 6x by 5. I have not made any changes. I have just manipulated this term in this way. This is important. You need to manipulate it, right? So what I have done? This is my b now. Whatever I have written here. This is my b now, and a is nothing but x. You all are getting it? So we got a, we got b. A square minus 2ab plus b square. Plus b square is nothing but how much? 36 by 100. Right friends? B is 6 by 10. So b square is equal to 36 by 100. Correct. So is equal to how much it was earlier? 2 by 5. Correct? This was there. But what have I done? I have added this extra, right? We cannot change the equation. So whatever I have added on the left hand side of the equation should be added on the right hand side of the equation as well. Right? Okay. So this becomes 36 by 100. We need to add it here. Now this equation is nothing but this. Both are same. but representations are different. You are getting my point? This is what is called as method of completing the square, right? So this entire thing, this thing can be written as x plus 6 by 10, sorry, it will be minus whole square. You are getting it? In the examination you may keep it as 6 by 10 whole square as well, so that you don't get confused. This is a plus b whole square, so a minus b whole square, so x minus 6 by 10 whole square, right? Right hand side, what will I get, my friends? If I take LCM, 100 is the LCM, okay? So 100 by 5 is 20, 20 into 2 is 40, plus 36 is equal to 76 by 100. You are all there with me on this? Yeah? Now, what I will do is that 76 by 100, 76 can be written as 19 into 4, right? I'll just do that. I'm just trying to write it. 19 into 4, and this is 10 into 10. Base is 10 into 10, denominator, right? Now, what I'm going to do is that I am going to take square root on both the sides. Okay, I'll just complete it here, my friends. Hope this is. I'll complete it here. That part of the board is little. So x minus 6 by 10, okay, whole square is equal to 19 into 4 divided by 10 into 10. You got it? Now this can be written as x minus 6 by 10 is equal to 2 root 19 by 10. All of you have understood this. What I have done here is that I have taken a square root. So once I take the square root, 4 becomes 2 and it comes out, and this 10 into 10 becomes 10, right? Which can also be written as, okay, let it be like this only, because 10 is here. But this will be plus and minus, my friends. You got it? Because this is so x is nothing but 6 by 10 plus or minus 2 root 19 by 10. You're getting it? Right? So we can basically do one thing, my friend. This is 3, this is 5, and this is 5. Right? So I'll just revise it here. That is 3 by 5 plus or minus root 19 by 5. You got it? Okay? So now see, friends, one of the root will be x is equal to 3 by 5 plus root 19 by 5, right? And another root will be 3 by 5 minus root 19 by 5. You are getting it? Now we simply solve it. Okay, okay. So now we simply solve it here in this part of the board. So taking 5 common, so x is equal to 3 plus root 19 by 5, that is one solution. X is equal to 3 minus root 19 by 5 is the another solution. You got it? So these are the two solutions for x, right friends? Okay, so we have understood this. So I don't think anything is difficult here, but only thing, there are two things which has to be kept in mind. One, coefficient of x square has to be a perfect square. If it is not, make it 1 by multiplying throughout or dividing throughout the equation. Point number 1. Point number 2, when you are completing the square, be very, very careful. Whatever term you have introduced as b square of that should be added here, and b square of that should be added on the right hand side of the equation as well. Once you do that, then you will be able to come out with the correct answer. Right? So with this concept, I hope I have delivered the concept to you in a simplest manner and which can be which you have understood it well, right? So let's move on to the next thing. Okay friends, so now since we have seen one problem, okay, on how do we basically complete the square and find out the solution for a quadratic equation, right? So what we are going to do now is that I am going to generalize this formula, generalize this method of completing the square. Okay, for that what I have taken is that this is important friend, please pay attention to it, this is important. What I have done here is that I have taken a generic or a standard format or standard standard equation for standard quadratic equation, right? So we will try to find out the roots for x here, find out the roots for this quadratic equation. Okay, so what is this? This is ax square plus bx plus c, right friends? Now as I said you a few minutes back that if the coefficient of x square is not a perfect square, make it a perfect square by either dividing or by multiplying throughout with a constant term, right? You're getting it? So what I am going to do here is that I am going to divide this equation throughout by a so that it becomes x square and it becomes a perfect square, right? So this becomes how much? X square plus b by a x plus c by a is equal to 0. You all are there with me on this? Yeah. So we will try to solve it here friends. So x square plus b by a x is equal to minus c by a. I have taken it on the other side of the equation, right? Now we will try to complete the square here. Okay, so this is nothing but x square plus, let us say, 2 into what is our a? A is nothing but x. You are getting it? 2 into x into, I need to multiply a term b such that this value doesn't change, including the sign. Please understand. So what I need to do is that I need to definitely multiply by 2, right? And so it becomes 2bx. Now I have to get a in the denominator, right? So this would be only. Now just see if we are able to get this, b is there, x is there, and 2 and 2 gets cancelled, a is there. You are getting it now? So what I have done, b by 2a. So b by 2a is my second term. I'll square here and keep it, right? Is equal to minus c by a, and I will add b square by 4a square. You got it? What I have done here is that I have completed the square here, and I have basically whatever b square I have added extra here in order to complete the square, I have added it on the other side of the equation as well, right? So this is what we have got. Correct friends? Now what we can do is that this we can write as x plus b by 2a whole square. You are all there with me? A square plus 2ab plus b square is equal to, we will rearrange this, b square by 4a square, okay, plus, minus c by a, right? We will try to solve a bit here, okay. What you can do is that we will take LCM. So 4a square is the LCM. Now if I divide it by 4a square, this becomes b square minus, and divide by 4a, that is 4ac. You are getting it? Right. So this is equal to this. Now friends, what we are going to do is that we are going to take square root on both the sides as we did in the previous problem, right? So this becomes x plus b by 2a is equal to square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a plus and minus. Are you all there with me? What I have done is that I have taken a square root for both, that is numerator and denominator. Numerator I have just written the square root like this, and denominator I have really taken the square root, which is equal to 2a. Right? So with this we will move forward here. Okay. So x is equal to, this term will go this side, this becomes minus b by 2a, right? Plus or minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. You are getting it, my friends? What I have done? I have taken it on the other side. Now, which can also be represented as, taking 2a as LCM, this can be represented as b square plus or minus, minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Right? So that means x has got two values, my friend. So before coming on to the values, let us understand one more concept here. Okay. The concept is this term, that is b square minus 4ac. Okay. B square minus 4ac is called discriminant. And which is denoted by capital D. Right? You're getting it? Now, there are certain situations which arise to you. Okay? Let us say D is equal to 0. Let us say b square minus 4ac becomes 0. In that case, you will have two roots, two equal roots and real roots. Two equal and real roots. Okay, let me write it here. So d is equal to b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So this implies that real and equal roots. You can very well analyze it also, because if this term becomes 0, right? So this doesn't have significance now. So your two roots are nothing but minus b by 2a and minus b by 2a. Both are equal and same. Correct. So which is equal to, if this part of the board is getting covered, minus b by 2a. Right? You are getting my point? Now friends, let us say this d is equal to b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, what happens? This will be real but unequal roots. Real and unequal. Or you can say real and unique. Unique roots. In this case, since it is real and unequal roots, I am going to write the roots here. Okay. So x will be minus b plus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a will be one of the root, and minus b minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a will be the another root. Okay, for this condition, condition 1, for condition 2, right? So for condition 1, this is the root. For condition 2, real and unique roots, and this will be the two unique roots for that quadratic equation. You getting it? Now condition number 3, my friends. D is equal to b square minus 4ac is less than 0. I'll just draw a small line here so that it doesn't get mixed up. Okay. So b square minus 4ac is less than 0. Okay. Then it has got imaginary roots. Right? Imaginary roots. And finding out the roots, imaginary roots is not in the scope of this 10th standard. Right? So we just say, if we come across a situation where is b square minus 4ac is a negative value, right? Then we just say that this quadratic equation has got imaginary roots, that's it, or no real roots. We don't try to find out the roots for that, friends, right? So this is basically real and equal roots and real and unique roots, right? So I hope you have got this concept completely. Okay, so what we will do is that we will basically yeah, I think that's quite good enough. So we will just let's try to take up one problem. I'll just take it. Yeah, friends. So I have taken on a problem here. Okay, we will try to do this by yes. By the way, whatever we have done here is called a quadratic formula, right? So x is equal to this is called a quadratic formula. Please don't get confused. If they are asking you to find out the roots by quadratic formula, that means they are asking you to find the roots like this, right? So this is the quadratic equation which has been given to us. Okay. So now first let us jot down what is a, what is b, and what is c. So what is a here, friends? A is nothing but 4. What is b here? B is nothing but 4 root 3. And what is c here? C is nothing but 3. Right. So we will come down. We will basically find out this first. B square minus 4ac. Okay. So d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Correct. This is what we have seen. So b square is how much? 4 root 3 square. 4 root 3 square minus 4 into a is nothing but 4 into c is nothing but 3. Right. So let's see, friends. 4 root 3 into 4 root 3 is how much? 4 into 4 is 16. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. 16 into 3 is 48. Minus 16 into 3 is 48. You see, friends, this is equal to 0. Okay, so that means what we can say here is that d is equal to 0. You are getting it? So once d is equal to 0, this is our first kind, right? So b square minus 4a is equal to 0, 4ac is equal to 0, that is d is equal to 0. So it will have real and equal roots, and the roots will be minus b by 2a. So x is equal to minus b, minus of 4 root 3 by 2a is nothing but 8, right? So this we can cancel it. That is equal to minus root 3 by 2. But friends, please pay attention. If you come across situations like this, in the answer you have to write x is equal to minus root 3 by 2 and minus root 3 by 2. It is actually having two solutions or two roots which are actually real and equal. You are getting my point? Okay. So let's quickly take up one more problem quickly. So friends, I have taken down the same problem which we solved it by completing the square. Okay. So we will try to find out the roots by using the quadratic formula here, right? So solution: a is equal to 5, b is equal to minus 6, and c is equal to minus 2, right? So our d is equal to b square minus 4ac, which is equal to minus 6 whole square minus 4 into a into c, right? So this is equal to 36. It becomes plus 4 into 2, that is 8, 5 are 40. So this becomes 76. Now d is equal to 76, right friends, which is greater than 0, right? So this will have real roots but unequal roots, real and unique roots, right? So this is d. Now the value for x is nothing but minus b plus or minus root of d divided by 2a, right? Where d is equal to b square minus 4ac, you can see here, right? So this is equal to minus of b, that is equal to it becomes 6 minus of minus 6 plus and minus d is nothing but root 76 divided by 2a, that is nothing but 10, right, which becomes 6 plus or minus 2 root 19 divided by 10, right, 2 root 19, 19 4 is 26. Now this is equal to, if I take 2 common out here, this becomes 3 plus root 19 by 5 as one of the solution, and 3 minus root 19 by 5 as another solution, right. This is what we got earlier also, right. So this is how we can solve it by using the quadratic formula, right friends. So with this we have completed the entire concept of solving a quadratic equations, different methods. Okay, so next session will be exactly on examination problems and difficult problems, basically to make you ready for different kind of adverse scenarios which you face in the examination, right. I just do not want to take very simple examples and then basically try to complete the chapter in 1 hour or 2 hours. No, it doesn't happen that way. Okay, so friends, till the time we meet next, be happy, be safe, keep learning with us. Okay, stay tuned with us. It will definitely deliver value to you. If you feel this lecture has given some value to you, added some value to your knowledge, please share it with your friends. Okay, so thank you. Bye bye. See you next time.